First contact. The crystalline spires of New Jakarta's Xenobiology Center pierced the lavender evening sky, their surfaces reflecting the light of Earth's sister planet glowing above. Dr. Samira Patel stood at her lab window, dark eyes fixed on the strange readings flickering across her holoscreen. The signal patterns were unlike anything she'd encountered in 15 years of studying extraterrestrial life forms. Dr. Patel, the Centaurian delegation has arrived, her AI assistant chimed softly. Samira straightened her formal science uniform, checking that her long black hair was securely fastened. This meeting could change everything they knew about interstellar biology. The lab doors whispered open, revealing Ambassador Nix. Samira caught her breath, no reports had prepared her for the ethereal being before her. Nix's form seemed to be composed of living crystal, with patterns of light dancing beneath a translucent surface. Their movements were graceful, almost musical, as they approached. Dr. Patel, Nix's voice resonated like wine through crystal caves. Your research into crystalline life forms is impressive. We believe your insights may help us face a grave threat to both our peoples. Before Samira could respond, her instruments erupted in warning signals. Through the lab's panoramic windows, they watched as a massive shape emerged from a tear in space itself, a vessel that seemed to consume light rather than reflect it. They found us, Nix whispered, their crystalline form dimming in what Samira recognized as fear. The Void Hunters. They devour entire civilizations, breaking down all organized matter into chaos. Samira's mind raced through possibilities as the alien ship approached. Her specialized knowledge of crystalline biology, Nix's unique physiology, there had to be a solution. Ambassador, your people's crystal technology and our quantum mechanics, could we combine them? The lab's emergency containment shields activated as the first attack struck the city. Through their rainbow shimmer, Samira saw other tiers opening in space, disgorging more dark ships. But she also noticed how the shield's crystalline matrix resonated with Nix's form. Your barriers, Nix observed, reaching out to touch the energy field. They operate on principles similar to our own biological structures. Their light patterns shifted in what Samira was beginning to recognize as excitement. Then let's give the hunters something they've never seen before, Samira said, pulling up her research data. A fusion of human science and Centaurian crystal tech. She felt a strange resonance as Nix moved closer, their energies beginning to harmonize in ways her instruments struggled to measure. As the Void Hunters closed in, human and crystalline minds began to work as one, racing against time to forge a defense that neither civilization could create alone. Through the windows, New Jakarta's lights sparkled like stars fallen to earth, a reminder of everything they stood to lose, and everything they might achieve together. First contact. The crystalline spires of New Jakarta's Xenobiology Center pierced the lavender evening sky, their surfaces reflecting the light of Earth's sister planet glowing above. Dr. Samira Patel stood at her lab window, dark eyes fixed on the strange readings flickering across her holoscreen. The signal patterns were unlike anything she'd encountered in 15 years of studying extraterrestrial life forms. Dr. Patel, the Centaurian delegation has arrived, her AI assistant chimed softly. Samira straightened her formal science uniform, checking that her long black hair was securely fastened. This meeting could change everything they knew about interstellar biology. The lab doors whispered open, revealing Ambassador Nix. Samira caught her breath, no reports had prepared her for the ethereal being before her. Nix's form seemed to be composed of living crystal, with patterns of light dancing beneath a translucent surface. Their movements were graceful, almost musical, as they approached. Dr. Patel, Nix's voice resonated like wind through crystal caves. Your research into crystalline life forms is impressive. We believe your insights may help us face a grave threat to both our peoples. Before Samira could respond, her instruments erupted in warning signals. Through the lab's panoramic windows, they watched as a massive shape emerged from a tear in space itself, a vessel that seemed to consume light rather than reflect it. They found us, Nix whispered, their crystalline form dimming in what Samira recognized as fear. The Void Hunters. They devour entire civilizations, breaking down all organized matter into chaos. Samira's mind raced through possibilities as the alien ship approached. Her specialized knowledge of crystalline biology, Nyx's unique physiology, there had to be a solution. Ambassador, your people's crystal technology and our quantum mechanics, could we combine them? The lab's emergency containment shields activated as the first attack struck the city. Through their rainbow shimmer, Samira saw other tiers opening in space, disgorging more dark ships. But she also noticed how the shield's crystalline matrix resonated with Nyx's form. Your barriers, Nyx observed, reaching out to touch the energy field. They operate on principles similar to our own biological structures. Their light patterns shifted in what Samira was beginning to recognize as excitement. Then let's give the hunters something they've never seen before, Samira said, pulling up her research data. A fusion of human science and Centaurian crystal tech. She felt a strange resonance as Nyx moved closer, their energies beginning to harmonize in ways her instruments struggled to measure. As the Void Hunters closed in, human and crystalline minds began to work as one, racing against time to forge a defense that neither civilization could create alone. Through the windows, New Jakarta's lights sparkled like stars fallen to earth, a reminder of everything they stood to lose, and everything they might achieve together. Between worlds. The transformation chamber pulsed with intermingled energies, human technology and crystalline biology creating patterns never before seen on Earth. Samira's modified neural interface hummed against her temples as she faced Nyx, their forms already beginning to blur at the edges where their energy fields intersected. Once we begin, Nyx's voice resonated through both air and crystal, there's no returning to what we were. Their form shifted with waves of deep violet and azure that Samira now recognized as a complex mixture of anticipation and desire. I'm ready, Samira answered, her heart racing as she stepped into the crystalline matrix they'd created together. My whole life I've studied the boundaries between different forms of life. Maybe we were always meant to cross them. The first touch of their merged consciousness took Samira's breath away. Nyx's thoughts flowed into her mind like liquid starlight, memories of crystal cities orbiting distant suns, the song language of their people, the profound loneliness of being the first to reach across the void to humanity. Through their connection, Nyx experienced the chaotic beauty of human emotion, Samira's childhood dreams of the stars, the thrill of scientific discovery, the growing warmth she felt whenever their energies intertwined. Their shared consciousness created feedback loops of sensation that made both physical and crystalline forms resonate with increasing intensity. Your mind, Nyx marveled, their thoughts flowing directly into Samira's consciousness. It's like a living crystal, each thought creating new facets, new possibilities. Samira couldn't tell if she spoke aloud or through their link as waves of pleasure rippled through their joining consciousness. And yours is like an ocean of light, deep and beautiful and endless. Their transformation accelerated as the chamber's energies responded to their deepening connection. Samira felt her neural patterns crystallizing into new configurations while Nyx's crystalline matrix adopted aspects of organic flexibility. The boundary between their forms became increasingly meaningless as they experienced existence through each other's perceptions. Through their merged awareness, they sensed the Void Hunters drawing closer to their hidden facility. But now they could see the enemy with both human intuition and crystalline clarity. The Hunters weren't just consuming energy, they were searching for something. They're afraid, Samira realized, the insight flowing through their shared consciousness. They destroy ordered systems because they lost their own ages ago. They're not hunting, they're trying to end their own isolation. Nyx's response carried centuries of accumulated wisdom combined with very human compassion. Yes. My people tried to fight them with pure order, yours with adaptable chaos. But neither approach alone could reach them. Their transformation reached its peak, reality seeming to crystallize around them. Samira felt her consciousness expand beyond human limits while maintaining its essential nature. Nyx's crystalline patterns gained new depth and resonance, influenced by human neural architecture. When the process completed, they stood together in forms that defied conventional classification. Samira's dark skin now held an inner light that shifted with her thoughts, while Nyx's crystalline structure had gained warm undertones that pulsed in time with a newly manifested heartbeat. Their first kiss was an explosion of shared sensation, physical touch and crystalline resonance combining in ways that sent cascades of light flowing through both their forms. Time seemed to stop as they explored this new way of being, neither fully human nor purely crystalline. A distant rumble reminded them of the threat above. Through their enhanced senses, they could feel the Void Hunters' ships entering the atmosphere, their entropy-based weapons beginning to break down the city's defenses. "They'll sense our transformation," Nyx said, their voice now carrying harmonics that made the air itself vibrate with meaning. "We've become everything they fear, and everything they secretly desire." Samira nodded, feeling the truth of it through their link. "Then let's show them there's another way." She reached for Nyx's hand, their fingers intertwining in a merge of flesh and crystal that sent shivers of delight through their shared nervous system. Together. As they prepared to face the hunters, their merged consciousness expanded to encompass the defensive systems they'd created. Human determination and crystalline precision worked in perfect harmony, creating possibilities neither species could have achieved alone. And through it all pulsed the deepening connection between them, a love that transcended the boundaries of form and function. The chamber's doors opened to a world that seemed both familiar and utterly new through their transformed senses. Above them, the Void Hunters descended like a storm of living darkness. But now, finally, they had the means to reach through that darkness with a light born of unity. Echoes of home. New Jakarta's twilight sky had turned to absolute darkness where the Void Hunters' ships blocked out the stars. But through their transformed senses, Samira and Nyx perceived waves of longing emanating from the cosmic destroyers, a hunger deeper than mere consumption. "They're broadcasting something," Samira observed, her enhanced mind processing the entropy patterns. Where her skin met Nyx's crystalline surface, cascades of shared sensation made it difficult to maintain focus. Not just destruction, but memories. Nyx's form pulsed with revelation, their shared consciousness expanding to encompass new understanding. Yes. These aren't just attack patterns, they're echoes of their lost homeworld. Every act of destruction is an attempt to recreate the chaos they emerged from. They stood on the roof of the Xenobiology Center, their transformed bodies generating shields that merged human ingenuity with crystalline resilience. Each touch between them sent sparks of pleasure through their joined nervous systems, their bond growing stronger as they faced the cosmic threat together. "We need to reach the lead ship," Samira said, her thoughts flowing seamlessly into Nyx's consciousness. "Show them what we've become, what's possible when different forms of existence merge instead of fighting." Their enhanced perception revealed the structural weaknesses in the hunters' ships, points where order and chaos existed in unstable balance. Through their link, Samira felt Nyx's excitement at applying human intuition to crystalline precision. There, Nyx indicated, their form shifting to project a detailed analysis. "The central vessel maintains their collective entropy field. If we can establish resonance there." They didn't need to finish the thought. Their merged consciousness had already calculated the possibilities, human creativity and crystalline logic working in perfect harmony. But reaching the ship would mean exposing themselves to the raw chaos of the void. "I'll protect your ordered systems," Samira promised, drawing Nyx closer. Where their bodies met, energy flowed between them in waves of escalating pleasure. "And you'll keep my chaos from dispersing." Their kiss sent ripples of light across the darkened city, their combined energy signature rising to challenge the hunter's entropy field. Through their link, each experienced the other's response, Nyx's crystalline pleasure harmonizing with Samira's human passion until the distinction became meaningless. The hunters noticed them then. A beam of pure entropy lanced down from the lead ship, attempting to break their ordered systems into primal chaos. But where it struck their merged shield, something unprecedented occurred. Instead of destroying their protection, the entropy field began to resonate with it. Through their combined senses, they felt the hunter's surprise, and beneath it, a desperate hope. The attack faltered. They recognize what we've achieved, Nyx realized, their thoughts carrying echoes of ancient crystal songs. Their own civilization failed to find this balance before their entropy consumed them. Samira's scientific mind, enhanced by crystalline clarity, raced through the implications. Then let's show them it's not too late. She turned to face her partner, their forms shifting between states in a dance of infinite possibility. Are you ready? Nyx's answer came in multiple forms, a pulse of crystalline light, a surge of emotion through their link, and a very human kiss that made both their forms shimmer with shared energy. Their consciousness expanded together, reaching toward the void ships with an offer of transformation. The hunter's response shook the city. Their ships began to descend, not with the previous predatory grace but with uncertain purpose. Through their enhanced perception, Samira and Nyx felt the collective consciousness of the void civilization awakening to new possibilities. As the lead ship touched down before them, its entropy field fluctuating with what they now recognized as communication attempts, Samira and Nyx stood ready. Their transformed bodies hummed with combined power, neither fully ordered nor chaotic but existing in dynamic balance. Together? Samira asked, though their link made words unnecessary. Nyx's response flowed through their connection in waves of light and emotion. Always. They stepped forward to meet the ancient destroyers, their merged form offering living proof that the boundaries between order and chaos, crystalline and organic, alien and human, were never meant to be barriers. Through their union, they had become a bridge between worlds, and perhaps the key to healing civilizations lost to the void. The ship's surface rippled, beginning to reflect rather than absorb light. And in that reflection, they saw infinite possibilities for transformation and renewal, love and understanding across the boundaries of existence itself. Unity's dawn. The surface of the Void Hunter's ship rippled like liquid darkness as Samira and Nyx approached, their transformed bodies radiating the harmonious energy of their union. Through their merged consciousness, they sensed the ancient beings within stirring with recognition and longing. "They're ready," Samira whispered, though she spoke as much through their link as with her voice. Every movement sent cascades of pleasure through their joined nervous systems, crystalline precision and human passion creating endless feedback loops of sensation. "We can show them what we've become." Nyx's form pulsed with agreement, their crystalline patterns synchronizing with Samira's heightened neural activity. Their entropy isn't just destruction, it's potential. Raw possibility waiting to be shaped. The ship's surface parted, revealing an interior that defied conventional physics. Spaces folded in on themselves, reality warping around a core of pure void. But through their transformed perception, they saw the beauty in its chaos, the same creative destruction that drove human innovation and crystalline evolution. They stepped inside together, their merged form creating a bubble of stability in the swirling chaos. The hunter's collective consciousness pressed against their minds, ancient, lonely, and filled with a hunger that went beyond mere consumption. "We see you," Samira and Nyx projected in unison, their thoughts carrying the full weight of their transformation. "We understand what you lost, and what you can become." Images flowed between them, the hunter's lost homeworld, a place where order and chaos danced in perfect balance before fear drove them to choose sides. They felt the civilization's pain as entropy consumed them, forcing them to spread across the galaxy, breaking down other ordered systems in a desperate attempt to recreate what they'd lost. But through their shared perception, Samira and Nyx offered a new vision. Their own transformation showed a way forward, not the rigid order of crystal or the raw chaos of void, but a dynamic balance that celebrated both. The hunter's response came as a wave of pure entropy that would have destroyed any lesser union. But where it touched their merged form, the chaos found harmony with their ordered systems. Pleasure coursed through their joint consciousness as they began to resonate with the ancient beings. Yes, they encouraged, their forms shifting between states as they demonstrated the possibilities. "Let us show you how to remember yourselves." Through their link, Samira felt Nyx's crystalline joy harmonizing with her human wonder as the hunters began to change. The void ship's surfaces started crystallizing, but not into rigid patterns. Instead, they formed dynamic structures that flowed like liquid starlight. The transformation spread through the hunter collective, entropy finding new purpose as creative force rather than mere destruction. Their ancient consciousness began to reshape itself, guided by the example of human and crystalline union. Beautiful, Nyx breathed, their form pulsing with colors Samira could now perceive in dimensions beyond normal space. Their shared pleasure at the hunter's renewal flowed through their link, amplifying with each passing moment. The void ships above New Jakarta changed form, becoming crystalline structures that absorbed and reflected light in impossible ways. Where they had once brought darkness, they now created displays of cosmic beauty as order and chaos found balance in their forms. Through their enhanced senses, Samira and Nyx felt the shift in the hunter's collective purpose. The drive to consume had transformed into a desire to connect, to share the gift of transformation with others who were ready. They want to join us, Samira realized, the knowledge flowing through their link to Nyx. Not to destroy or absorb, but to learn and grow together. Their kiss celebrated the victory, sending ripples of light and sensation across multiple dimensions of existence. Human passion and crystalline precision merged with void-born possibility, creating something greater than any one civilization could have achieved alone. As the transformed hunters rose into the night sky, their crystalline forms creating new constellations above the city, Samira and Nyx stood wrapped in each other's energy. Their bodies shifted between states, sometimes more human, sometimes more crystalline, always in perfect harmony. What now? Samira asked through their link, though she could already feel Nyx's answer forming in their shared consciousness. Now we explore what we've become, Nyx replied, their form resonating with emotions that transcended simple categories. There are more civilizations out there, more boundaries to bridge. Their merged consciousness expanded to encompass the possibilities, human and crystalline and void-born ships exploring the galaxy together, finding new forms of existence to understand and celebrate. And at the heart of it all, their love would remain as proof that the greatest transformations come not from destruction or rigid preservation, but from the courage to reach across the void and find connection. The night sky above New Jakarta filled with dancing lights as their transformed allies celebrated the dawn of a new era. And in the space between order and chaos, flesh and crystal, two beings who had dared to cross every boundary held each other close, their merged form a testament to love's power to transform entire universes.